Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Today I'm reading part 6 of Ananda, Guardian of the Dhamma. The author is Helmuth Hecker. Ananda and his fellow monks. Of all the monks, the Venerable Sariputta was Ananda's closest friend. There does not seem to have been a close relationship between Ananda and his half-brother Anuruddha, because the latter preferred solitude while Ananda was fond of people. Sariputta was the disciple who most resembled the master, and with whom he could talk in the same way as with the Buddha. It is remarkable that of all the monks, only Sariputta and Ananda received honorary titles from the Buddha. Sariputta was called the marshal of the Dhamma, and Ananda its guardian or treasurer. One can see their complementary roles in this. Sariputta the lion was the active teacher. Ananda more the preserver and treasurer. In certain respects, Ananda's methods resembled more those of Mahamoggallana, whose inclinations were also motherly and preserving. Ananda and Sariputta often worked together as a team. They went twice to visit the sick lay supporter Anathapindika and dealt with the dispute of the monks of Kosambi. They also had many Dhamma discussions with each other. So close was their friendship that when Sariputta attained final nibbana, Ananda, even despite all his training in meditation, felt almost as he had fallen into abyss. All the quarters have become dim. The teachings are not clear to me. Indeed, my noble friend has gone, and everything is cast in darkness. His body felt drained of strength, and even the sustenance of the Dhamma seemed to have deserted him. At that moment, such was the impact of death message. Then the Buddha consoled him. He asked Ananda to reflect whether Sariputta had taken from him his own virtue, meditation, wisdom, liberation, or the knowledge of liberation. Ananda had to agree that these, the only important aspects, had not changed, but he added Sariputta had been such a helpful companion and friend for him and others. Again, the Buddha directed the conversation to a higher level by reminding Ananda of what he, the Buddha, had always taught, that nothing that has arisen can remain forever. The death of Sariputta was, for the other disciples, like cutting off the main branch of a large tree. But that should only be another reason for relying on oneself, on no one else, and for being one's own island and refuge. Many discussions that Ananda had with the other monks are also recorded. Only a few can be related here. One day, the Venerable Vangisa accompanied Ananda to the king's palace, where Ananda was to teach the Dhamma to the women of the harem. Vangisa, it seems, had a strong streak of sensuality in his character, and when he saw the beautiful palace women dressed up in their finery, his heart was flooded with sensual desire. Suddenly, he felt the celibate life of a monk, to which he had taken so readily, as oppressive as a lead weight, and thoughts of disrobing and indulging in sensual pleasures played havoc with his mind. As soon as they could speak in private, Vangisa explained his plight to Ananda and appealed for his help and guidance. As he was the foremost poet in the Sangha, he spoke in verse, addressing Ananda by his clan name, Gautama. I am burning with sensual lust. My mind is engulfed by fire. Please tell me how to extinguish it. Out of compassion, O Gautama. And Ananda replied in verse, It is due to an inversion of perception that your mind is engulfed by fire. Turn away from the sign of beauty, the aspect linked to sensual lust. See constructions as alien. See them as suffering, not as self. Extinguish the mighty fire of lust. Do not burn up again and again. Develop meditation on the vow. With mind one pointed, well concentrated, let your mindfulness dwell upon the body. Be engrossed in disenchantment. Develop the signless meditation. Discard the tendency to conceit. Then, by breaking through conceit, you will fare with heart at peace. Ananda showed Vangisa that he constantly refueled sensual desire became his perception fastened upon the superficial appearance of feminine charm. The fascination with beauty gave rise to a feeling of deprivation, which manifested as weariness of mind and as a kind of aversion toward the ascetic life. Therefore, Vangisa had to contemplate soberly those things that seemed beautiful and desirable. With the scalpel of meditation inside, he had to dissect the body and probe beneath its charming exterior in order to see the wretchedness and misery lying within. In this way, his lust would fade away, and he would be able to stand up, strong and invincible, amid the enticements of worldly enjoyment. The monk Channa was plagued with doubts about the Dhamma. During the Buddha's lifetime, he had been an obdurate bhikkhu, self-willed and difficult to train, but after the master's parinibbana, he was filled with a compelling sense of urgency. Though he humbly sought instructions from the other monks, he could not make satisfactory progress. He could understand that the 5 aggregates are impermanent, but he still tried to contemplate the principle of non-self. He came to a standstill, stricken with the fearful thought that nibbana would be the destruction of his precious ego. So he came for advice to Ananda. Ananda first expressed his joy that Channa had relinquished his obstinacy and was earnestly intent on understanding the Dhamma. Channa was delighted and listened with undivided attention to Ananda's exposition of the Buddha's discourse to Kakinagata on transcending the extremes of being and non-being. By the end of Ananda's explanation, Channa had arrived at the path and free of stream entry. Thereupon he exclaimed how wonderful it was to have such wise friends as teachers. He had at last become securely established in the Dhamma. Here's the quote of the day. Without health, life is not life. It is only a state of languor and suffering, an image of death. May every living being, our minds is one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find and give in unity, may their minds awake to great compassion and wisdom and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Shakyamuni Buddha.